Morning guys, September 22nd, 2022. This and there I gotta go do a burner service for a lady. She says I worked for her before. So my hanger bearing on my drive shaft is gonna be replaced. I gotta drop the truck off on Tuesday to do that, so I already brought it to my mechanic. I told him what was going on, and I'd rather not play around with it. Let him do it. Anyway, we're gonna go there and do the burner service on this. I think it's an oil boiler. But anyway, try to get you some shots if I can down there. Alright, so last time I was here, I put this shut off for this tempering valve because she wasn't getting any hot water because it's an older tankless and it worked for her. So now I gotta do the burner service. So we'll shut this off. We'll change the filter at the tank over there. Overhead oil line. Got a Beckett. Seeing I never done it before. Let's start with the filter. Hold the tank. We'll change this filter. Tank don't look like it's leaking, so that's good. You always want to go easy with these things. Make sure that it's... I've hit these before and broke the nipple off, so I don't want to do that. That makes for a shitty day. Hold back when you don't want to, that nipple could break off right there. I don't want to do that. They said this is the first time I've been here doing the service, so I will change the filter. That's what we're dealing with here. Oh yeah, look at that. She's a crusty one. Wow. She is crusty. Holy shit, man. Look at that. Wow. That's bad. That's fucking bad. Get all the muckaroo out of there if we can. As much as we can. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. She's crusty. Crusty as hell. Never a dull moment, I will say. Never a dull moment. And notice I scraped it out with a screwdriver. If there's any rust or muck in there, scrapes it flat. We'll leave the air in there and we'll pull it through the pump. Make sure we're getting a good flow. Let's got one of those air shutter things, which I'm not a big fan of that. Let's get our hose on it and see what we're getting for oil flow. it's an overhead oil line, so I'm going to pull it overhead and start it. Once I start it, I'll jump out FF, get a good flow. We'll see what we're getting for oil flow here. I might have to change this pump filter, I'm not sure yet. Wow. Alright, we'll start it. We'll jump out FF to keep it running. Our low limit's at 170. No, high limit's at 190. See it? So what we're going to do is we're going to just turn this up for now to run it. And when I turn the switch on, it should fire. Then I'm going to jump out FF once it starts, so it keeps running. I can hear that air shutter thing. Get the air out of it. We're getting a decent flow there. We're waiting. Here comes the air. See that air shutter thing? I'm probably going to take that out. We're going to get all the air out of it, and then we should be fine. We're getting a good flow, so the pump filter is still fine. See that air shutter thing? Fucking nuts. Hear it? Kicking in. I'm going to take that out of there. Nothing but a pain in the ass. Alright, I got the power back off. I'm going to take that air shutter thing out of there. I'll show you what it looks like when I get it out. Noisy. It's always an issue with those things. Basically an AFG burner. 3/8. Take the motor out. You just have to put a straight coupler in there and reset the air band. See it in there? I gotta take them 2 screws out, and then that thing will come out. We'll put a regular coupler in there. That's what I want to do, if I can get it out. Everything's frozen in there, we'll leave that alone. I'll look for trouble. Why look for trouble? I don't need to. I'm going to have to reset the air band anyway, so don't worry about that. There's a plastic shroud in there, we gotta get that out. There's a couple of screws here. One. Got a couple of screws loose, Mama. piece of shit. I'll put a regular coupler in there. I'm going to put the shroud back. Any dusties? Any dust bunnies? Put the shroud back. This is an AFG. An AF wouldn't have the shroud, it'd have a different fan blade. And it wouldn't have the shroud. An AFG is different. Has this thing. The shroud and a different fan blade. That's the only difference. Get in there and see. Get a couple of screws loose, Mama. Oh man, I can tell. A couple of screws loose. Alright. That plastic shroud's back in. It's just two screws holding it. I just gotta get a couple of. I might even have one in here. Get it off. Put a new one on there. Alright, so I got a Beckett coupler. The Colin one's shorter. And it's got a red end on it, the Colin one. This will fit in there like this. We took that other one out. What I usually do is put this in here. Spin the fan blade until it drops in. There we go. Put the screws back in. You should be good to go with that. This one here, these things are nothing but trouble. Best to take it out when you come across them. Just take them out. It's not a big deal. The burner will run a lot quieter. You'll hear the difference when I run it. It'll be a lot quieter. I'm going to change the nozzle, and when we fire it up, we're going to reset the air band. This is an old motor too. This motor sounded like it had some whine to it. The motor whine, bearings are going on it. Air shutter is what they call it. Just queer setup. Big nozzle in this thing. Little tiny house, big one in the big nozzle. 1 gallon. 1 gallon 70. Wow. We'll drop it right down to a little 75. big nozzle like that for this thing. Tiny ranch running a big flipping nozzle. That's what the oil companies do. Potential scam. Oh, 75 in there. That big ass flipping nozzle. Crazy. Wasting money. That's what oil companies will do, try to sell you more oil. Run big nozzles. Little flipping tiny house. They said we're gonna have to reset the air band. And, electrodes look a little. Reset the electrodes. Seem a little high, look a little cookie, so we'll reset them. A lot of guys want them to have a point. I mean, I don't really give a shit about that. As long as it starts, all I care about. Some guys want them to have a point. It's always good to clean this plate off because you'll get like a reflection from the light and it helps the cad cell stay on. It's not a bad idea to keep this plate clean. It helps. Alright, so I bent these in a little bit so I could bring them in closer. I'll show you. Yeah, you want to have like a dime between the two. And you want to be ahead of it a little bit. That's good. By me bending them in, I brought them in closer. Well, I did clean the retention head. This is probably an F4 head in there. It's a good size head. It's going to run better now. The smaller nozzle. Took the air shutter out. We'll have to reset the air band once I fire it. And reset the air band once it's running. Adjust the air band after. You got a couple of screws loose now. Yeah. Hopefully I can get in here to see what the hell's going on. Wow. Uh-oh. That ain't good. That's not good. Wow, can't even open it. Wow. Not good. I can't even get it open. Not good. Alright, let's fire it up. Give it some air. Can't even see in there. Can't even open it up. That's not good. Sounding better. She's not running smoky, so we'll leave it like that. She really needs a new boiler. We got a new nozzle in there. Sounds a little quieter. I can't even open that door. And I don't want to play around with it breaking the screws off. What a shit show. 170 on the low, 190 on the high. That's the way it was. I'll let them know that they got issues here. Alright, so nothing seems to be leaking here, so that's good. Alright, new filter at tank, new motor to pump coupling, new nozzle, reset electrodes, and air band. She's on borrowed time here with this unit. People ask me what I do with the old oil. I got these 6-gallon containers here that I use. It's got a wide mouth on it. I got this big funnel here. And I just dump the old nasty oil and the filters right in there. And once it drains and dries out, I'll get rid of the filters. And once I get like 10 of them full at my garage, I'll take them to the dump, and they got a waste oil reception thing over there where I could dump the waste oil. That's what I do with the waste oil. Whoa, Miss Molly, let me get my tool. Hang on.